Alright, so I figured I'd put up a quick video here on YouTube about how I installed my newly acquired RODI system for my saltwater tank setup here in my house. This particular unit is from bulkreefsupply.com. It's their 5-stage plus system. It's got the 4 main stages on the right hand side, and then in the back there is the DI canister with the dual inline TDS meter. Initially, when I was going to do the install, I realized pretty quickly that doing the undersink mount, either with a saddle valve or with the T-stop valve, wasn't going to work out for me. Additionally, the faucet diverter connection wouldn't work very well for me either. I have little kids in the house, and with extra little switches and buttons and whatnot to push, I didn't want them to accidentally turn the flow over to the DI system if it wasn't in place and ready to produce water. So what my final option was, and I think what a lot of people probably do, is install it in their laundry room. And I was going to run it off of the cold water supply line going to my washing machine. However, when I actually came back here, there was no room behind my cold water supply line for the saddle valve to take a bite. So what I did instead, and you can see it right there, is I picked up from my local hardware store a brass diverter setup that I attached to the cold water line, and the feed off to the right goes to the washing machine, and as you can see, that is in the open position and will always be in the open position. The feed off to the left I've got hooked up to the utility/hose adapter that BRS includes with all of their kits, and then you can see it goes from there into the inline shutoff valve that they also included. So, and yes, I do realize now I do have 2 shutoff points here, and you can see probably that they are both off. As an engineer, I am a big believer in failover and redundancy, so in case one of those gives out, I want to make sure that the other one is there to make sure that there is no water flowing. So that was it. That particular diverter I got from my local Ace hardware store. It was about $14. So for those of you that are in a similar situation, it's produced water just fine over the past day and a half, and I don't see any end in sight. So it's definitely a very viable option and viable alternative to people that may not have the space, as I didn't, to install a saddle valve, or who may not be comfortable with installing a saddle valve and putting a permanent hole, is what it really is, in their water supply. So there you have it. If you have any questions, comments, please post them in the comments below. Thank you.